My name is Donna, and today I'm going to be working in my garden, and I'm gonna cut back some of my herbs. I have thyme here, oregano, and some mint that I will be cutting back and drying out today, and I'm going to show you how I do that process of drying out my herbs. So come and join me. You want to cut along the edges here.
When you cut along the edges, it allows the plant to grow from the center out, so it allows the herbs to continue to grow. So continue to cut around the edges. Here I'm going to prune around the edges of the mint because it's become invasive. I'm going to talk about some of the benefits of thyme, and I'll also share more at the end of the video. But it helps to eliminate mucus, decrease gas and bloating, helps with bad breath, decreases respiratory issues, decreases PMS, improves your mood and decreases stress and anxiety and irritability. It improves your immune system because it's high in vitamin A and vitamin C, and decreases the blood pressure.
Okay. Now I have here some thyme, some mint, and my oregano. I'm going to go and wash it up and start to bundle it and then show you how I dry it out. So I've washed the herbs from the garden, the oregano, the thyme, and the mint, and now I'm going to show you how I dry them out and preserve them. I'm going to start with the oregano here. I've washed and dried them. It's not a perfect process, but I find this very relaxing, very enjoyable. I had to get in a better position so that I can kind of show you what I'm doing here. First, you want to start with, I have some twine here that you can get from the garden center, or I think I even got this from the Dollar Tree. They have a lot of decent garden supplies there, and I just save these type of things. These are the ties that go on fruits and vegetables from the grocery store. And the way I use these ties is I usually get a piece and I just kind of cut them in thirds here. And with the string, I just cut those, I don't know, maybe about 8 inches or so. And you want to gather a bunch of the herbs, and I don't know, I guess you want them to be right around the same length if possible. I mean, they're not going to be perfect, but and oh wow, this smells so good. I love the smell of fresh herbs. And you want to get the root stem, kind of even them up here, and you want to shake them nice and loose so that the air can circulate between them. And just take the tie here and right around the tip there, twist it. And I'm going to show you how I hang them to dry in a cool, dry place inside. And I'll just put those there. Just grab another bunch. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, but try to get them all even. But you do want the stems to be, the root stems to be right here at the top. And I'll show you how I tie them with the burlap string here. Just kind of tie them in a knot on the ends, right on the ends like that. And make sure that they're kind of loosely spread out so that they can dry. And now I have some, this is mint, and the mint got really invasive, so I had to like literally pull some of it out of the ground by the roots and cut the roots off to dry them out. Because it will, mint has a way of spreading all over your garden. It'll take over. So I usually put bricks around the edges of my mint so that it doesn't spread too much. And when I start to see it spread, I will kind of prune it back a little bit, but it smells so good. I like to, in the mornings, I'll come out and get fresh mint, like a few pieces of fresh mint from the garden, and put it in my tea. And I also dry this out and give these away as gifts to people, family and friends. And then we have the thyme here. So the thyme is a little different because it's so stringy and small. It smells really good. So what I do with thyme, I try to use the string. I kind of take it a little further down because as it dries out, as the thyme dries out, it shrinks and it'll fall out of the string. So kind of tie the string a little lower. There you go. So I'm gonna finish this up and then I'll show you how I do the hanging indoors.
Now I'm going to talk about some of the benefits of the herbs I just harvested, starting with the oregano. Oregano has vitamin K. It's antimicrobial, antifungal. It alleviates inflammation, helps with colds and flu, helps with sinus and ear infections, reduces back pain and headaches. It eliminates intestinal parasites, reduces menstrual cramps, reduces UTIs, and decreases constipation. It improves cardiovascular system. Ways to consume oregano: you can consume it as a tea, as an oil, seasoning. You can put it in food or in capsule form. If you use it as a tea, it's high in antioxidants to fight free radicals, to help with cancer. The tea also helps with bacterial infection and respiratory issues. If you use it as an oil, it's an antibacterial and antiseptic properties. It has vitamin A, C, and E in the oregano oil, as well as magnesium and calcium.
Okay, this is where I dry my herbs out here in my kitchen. It is a cool, dry place, and these were herbs that I previously harvested from the garden, and they have been drying here for about 2 weeks or so now, and I'm going to show you how I put them in jars to give away as gifts and preserve. And I'm going to get ready to take these, just take these down and show you how I put the others, my other herbs, how I hang them up. They kind of fall apart, but it's okay. They're all the same. These are all, this is all oregano. Okay. So I try to keep them separate so that when they do dry out, I know what's what. This is the thyme. And what I do with the thyme, I have a tray that I usually sit them. I'll use this tray to dry them on. I'll just lay them on there and sit them to dry. Because they're so short and unlimited for space. So until I come up with a better solution. But this is how I hang. This is the oregano. So I just kind of sit it there. And that way the air can circulate through there. Just sit them all there. And this is the mint. I'm going to put the mint on this side here. And I have this little garden wire here that I've put on here. This is a wine rack actually that I purchased many years ago in French Lick, Indiana at a winery, French Lick Winery. So, and I've saved it. It's beautiful. I love it. I don't have wine, but I love the rack, so I use it. It's perfect for hanging and drying my herbs. So I will leave these here to dry for about 2 weeks, and I'm going to show you how I put them in jars. So these are the dried herbs that I've harvested already, and I'll just take a bundle here. They're nice and dry, so the leaves will slide right off. In fact, I have to separate the stems from the leaves as they fall off because you don't want the stems to get mixed in. And I will take them all off here. And I will put these in the glass, put them in the glass jars and store them. So you just make sure you get all the stems out here. So basically you just get a stem and it just slides, the leaves just slide right off. That's simple. So I am going to harvest these. I'm going to go ahead and take the leaves off and put them in the jars, and I will show you, I'll show you the finished product once I'm done. So I know it seems very tedious, but like I said, it's relaxing to me. It's a labor of love. I enjoy doing this. And it's a healthy alternative to going to buy the herbs in the store. You don't know how long they've been on the shelf, how fresh they are, but these, we know they're definitely fresh and organic. I don't use any herbicides or pesticides, but you don't really need to with these because bugs don't bother these guys. So I'll finish these and show you the finished product. So I will finish off these that I've dried. This is oregano, and it's very simple here. Once again, just slide the leaves off, the dried leaves off there, and take the stem and put them off to the side, because you don't want stems mixed in with your herbs in the jar. And once I get them all pulled off, I put them in these jars, put a lid on them, and store them. When I need them, so I'll finish these off and show you the finished product. So this is how I store my dried herbs in a jar. And I save my honey jars and sterilize them and use them to put the herbs in there and clean my hands. And just basically all of the stems are out, so I just put them in the jar. Put the lid on, and there you have it.
Mint helps with headaches, breathing problems, bad breath, repels mosquitoes, activates hair growth, improves digestion, decreases swelling, and helps with IBS. Thyme is high in flavonoids and antioxidants. It prevents premature aging, increases digestion.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.